Bagel management as innovation framework. What does that mean? Well, much like social entrepreneurship, we're using different terms. We're using different ways of thinking about thinking so that we have a platform for a different type of action. As managers and leaders, we're called to now act differently. The business roundtable statement on the purpose of cooperation really implies that we need to shift, create a big pivot. And how can we do that? Again, Peter Drucker is one of those gurus that the business elite looked up to in terms of making sense of the world. And just as I said before, he said every global social environmental problem is a business opportunity in disguise. Global managers at this point in time have this big opportunity to become masters of understanding these global problems and providing solutions and seeing the opportunities in those solutions, removing the disguise. So I encourage you to become literate in those problems, understanding those problems and seeing opportunities, identifying opportunities. The economistic frame is very sticky. This is from my breakfast. And this maximization model, the sandwich model, is still pervasive. Now, when you do your exercise in thinking about services and products that the corporation that you have chosen to work on, make sure that you transcend this narrative, this story, the cost-benefit logic. In this way of thinking, anything that allows for growth will work, will be okay. Here is my bagel from breakfast. This model hopefully can guide you to innovate around an impact logic, a positive impact logic. The reduction of the planetary impacts and the protection and restoration of dignity at the core. These are what the SDGs are standing for, the Sustainable Development Goals by the United Nations. They're basically saying you need to innovate as business leaders to get into the safe zone, to reduce the impact on the planet. Think about the products and services that you're creating for and thinking about for in your homework assignment, your teamwork assignment. Is that product or service going to reduce the impact on the planet? And how so? The second opportunity to innovate is getting back into the safe zone by protecting dignity. Protecting stakeholder dignity, exactly like the 200 American CEOs are saying they want to do. How can they do that? How can they move towards a space where their operations are enhancing human beings, enhancing their flourishing? This is a leadership task. The more you practice that kind of thinking, the more you get familiar with the global problems, you become literate in those problems, and you develop a mindset that helps you understand how you can create opportunities out of that. The more you can be of value, of course, in this world, the more you can contribute. So global leaders right now are asked to innovate to solve social and environmental problems sustainably and at scale. Not with a little non-profit organization on the side, not with a little sort of bonus scheme of, 2% of our sales go to helping kids in Africa. These are sort of non-scalable models that don't produce impact at scale. They may do less bad, but they don't do more good. And this is really the shift towards bagel management. If you can successfully say that you're reducing the impact on the planet and that you're protecting the dignity of people, then you have probably contributed to a better world that can be profitable in many different ways and therefore sustainable at scale.